Senator Hensley moves adoption of House Bill 1894. It's properly seconded. Amendments, Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, no amendments are filed.
Senator Hensley on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 1894 merely would require any food that contains a vaccine or vaccine material would have to be classified as a drug and labeled as such. With that, Mr. Speaker, I renew my motion.
Senator Hensley
This is already starting off crazy. Why are we talking about putting vaccines inside of food?
renews his motion. It's properly seconded. Senator Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the sponsor yield?
Sponsor yields.
Now, this is from 2024, but I'm interested in how many people out there actually knew that this even happened last year, a year, and 2 months ago, 3 months?
So does the sponsor know of any instances of there being food offered in the state of Tennessee that contains vaccines in some kind of a retail or public forum?
Senator Hensley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. No, I do not know any specific examples, but certainly they are developing this process. And actually, Congress has actually dealt with this as well and passed an amendment that said no funds could be used for transgenic edible vaccines. This is a process that is being developed, but this bill merely would say that if that happens in the future, that food would have to be classified as a drug if it had a vaccine in it.
Senator Campbell.
That is a completely reasonable statement. It's unreasonable to even put a vaccine inside of food to start with. There's literally zero reason to put it inside of food. You can just sell it. Just if it's edible, you can just not have it in a supermarket, just have it at your CVS or Walgreens or a local drugstore, and then you just sell it in an edible form if people want to take the vaccine. But why can't they just get the needle? I mean, if they really want this vaccine, and they don't even say what kind of vaccine they're trying to do.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So while I feel like this legislation's basically anodyne, I mean, I guess it's addressing something that I can't imagine would ever exist, which is the idea that we would somehow be putting vaccines into foods that you would buy in a grocery store. I mean, I can't think of any logical reason why anyone would ever do that. And I do know that, you know, certainly there have been experiments with putting vaccines in vegetables for the purposes of studying possible transmission methods. But the idea that this would somehow correlate to some kind of a retail offering of vegetables, especially when that vegetable would cost, you know, many thousands of dollars, just seems to me, I guess, messy to be passing legislation for that reason. So I will be voting no. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So to be clear, she is not in favor of the bill, which would make companies have to notify people that they are injecting the foods with vaccines. So Heidi Campbell, Democrat from Nashville, is not in favor of that. So it's not relevant. So her voting no on it can only harm. Her voting yes, it can only help. Because either this is not a thing and her yes doesn't mean anything, or it's a thing and her yes is important so that people can have informed consent when they're buying these things from the market, if they ever happen. So her voting yes, her voting no is just, it's not good. It's not good at all. And she says she's not familiar with this happening, but then she went on to say that they're already testing it for whatever reason. So she is aware that these things can happen. Also, vaccines will not cost thousands of dollars. I mean, you can make a medicine cost whatever you want it to cost, but they can sell it for pretty cheap, especially if they're doing a large scale through food and still turn a profit.
Thank you, Senator Campbell. Further discussion, Senator Nicely.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Actually, I've been reading about this for a couple of years now, and evidently, with this new technology, they can raise this lettuce is what they're talking about first. They can raise this stuff so cheap, and I've been reading about it, talking about just putting it in lettuce and mass medicate everybody like they do with fluoride in the water. I mean, who controls the dose? If you eat a lot of lettuce, you're gonna.
That is a great point. They put fluoride in the water for our benefits, for our tooth health. It makes no sense. People teeth were fine before fluoride. There's places where they don't have fluoride in their toothpaste and their water, and it's fine. And also, even if it was for your teeth, why would I need to ingest it? And then I ingest it, you ingest it all the time. You take a shower in it, you bathe in it, your skin's an organ, it absorbs it. It makes no sense. And then if you have too much fluoride, then you can have something called dental fluorosis, and it can erode your teeth and damage your teeth. So it also, if you put the vaccine inside of vegetables, what if I really, really like vegetables and I just keep eating this lettuce and then I overdose on a vaccine? It just literally makes zero sense. I hate when they come up with nonsensical things that can potentially, well, I will say will harm people, but I guess I have to say potentially because we don't know. But vaccines the truth is starting to come out about vaccines.
Get a lot of mRNA. If you don't eat any, you won't get any. And they're actually talking about other vegetables that they're trying to put this in. And my question is, would this have to be sold at a drugstore? Would you still buy it in a grocery store? Why don't we just outlaw this stuff completely? We don't have any idea what it's going to do to our children, or I mean, to us, or old people, anything. I mean, this stuff like out of a science fiction movie. I mean, it's ridiculous. It changes your DNA. It's an mRNA changes your DNA. If you have your DNA tested now, and you eat a bunch of this lettuce, take a bunch of these mRNA vaccines, and you go back and get your DNA tested again, it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be the same as it was that you were born with, that you got from your parents. This is dangerous stuff. We need to study it and probably need to outlaw it. I mean, I can't imagine. When I first read about this, I thought, this cannot be true. But you keep reading about it, and it is true. But thank you for bringing this bill, and I'd just like to outlaw it in the whole state, and outlaw whoever's trying to make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Nicely.
Now that was a reasonable response from that Republican man. They're gonna, at the end of this, they're gonna put it to a vote, I believe. I'm not sure if that's gonna be on the video or not. I'm not sure if this passed, but hopefully we'll find out during the course of this video.
Further discussion? Is there objection to the question? I see none. We'll be voting on House Bill 1894 on third and final consideration. Those members in favor of House Bill 1894 will vote aye when the bell rings. Those opposed will vote no. Let every member cast their vote when the bell rings. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? Mr. Clerk, take the vote.
Ayes 23, nays 6.
House Bill 1894, having received a constitutional majority, I declare it passed without objection. Motion.
All right, so it passed, I believe, 23-6, I believe. The fact that that 6 people voted against it is insanity, and I wonder what ties that they may have to the pharmaceutical industry or what other motives they may have, because a lot of times politicians are bought and paid for from lobbyists, whether it be big sugar, big tobacco, big name the industry. If they have a lot of money, they can and have purchased politicians. So this was really interesting. Hopefully I brought some awareness to this. Hopefully this never comes to fruition. So I'm Gary from fitnessfirstnutrition.com. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a friend, family member, somebody you think could use it or would like it. I'll be covering a lot of different topics on this channel, from fitness to politics to pretty much everything. So See you guys next time.